What is going on, all of you beautiful people? It is Colossal Kiwi here, and today I'm going to discuss what I believe is the biggest troll in Black Ops 3 Zombies right now. Okay, so let me just paint the scene for you, okay? The game's been going for pretty long now, right? Okay, you just set up, you've got your perks, you've got your pack-a-punch weapons, hell, you even have a specialist weapon, okay? And you're nice set up in your spot, you're either training or you're camping, and you might be even like mid-30s by now. Things are going really good, you're starting to feel like you're like, you know what? I might even set a new personal record, and then all of a sudden you go down, and you're like, okay, that's not too big of a deal, I can get back up, I can get my perks, I can continue. As soon as you get up, you hear that laugh. You're like, where have I heard that? Oh, it's Samantha's laugh. Why is Samantha laughing? It's not like not like I just hit the box or anything. And then all of a sudden your gun changes, and you're like, wait a second, what? And then you notice your points have been detracted by a certain amount. You're like, I swear I had more points. And then it happens again. You cycle through another gun, and then you lose more points, and you're like, wait a second, what? And then you get like the death and taxes, and you're like, I didn't have the death and taxes, and you lose more points. And then finally you lose the remainder of what points you have left, and you're stuck with the starting pistol. And you're just like, what the fuck? Well, don't worry, because you're not the only person who has been experiencing this problem, particularly on the Giant. Now, this has actually happened on Shadows of Evil. I've seen footage of it, which is extremely weird, and first I'm going to explain why this happens on the Giant. Now, back in Black Ops 1, Treyarch introduced like an anti-cheating system, where if they caught you trying to get into a glitch spot that had been patched, or glitching up the game so that you could get 3 weapons without mule kick, this is how they countered it. They would strip you of your weapons, your points, and your dignity. And well, that sounds pretty cool, right? Like, yeah, anti-cheats, that sounds really good, except for the fact that in Black Ops 3, this is happening to people who aren't cheating. This is happening to people who are just going down, or just killing zombies, having a good time, and all of a sudden, they're just screwed. The game that they've spent like hours on is just, they're dead and that's it. And the reason why this is happening so often in the Giant is once you have completed the fly trap and the hide and seek game and you get your Annihilator specialist weapon, you have 3 weapons, right? But that's not like a proper weapon, that's a specialist weapon. But for some reason, when you go down, Treyarch thinks you have 3 guns and you don't have mule kick. And so what do? They take away your points and your guns. This only seems to happen in the Giant. I mean, there actually are different ways in which this can happen, and I'll get into that a little bit later. As a whole, it's kind of unavoidable. This could happen to you at any moment, but this is one way that you can thoroughly reduce the likelihood in the Giant, and that's by not completing the fly trap. You're gonna have to play it without the Annihilator. If you want to significantly reduce the risk of this happening to you, don't get the Annihilator. Don't do the fly trap, just keep playing normally, and you won't be able to play with an Annihilator, but you're not going to lose your guns and your points. So yeah, that's how you can avoid this in the Giant, because when you go down, you have like the death and taxes, you have the Annihilator, you have your 2 other guns, it just glitches out and it's like, what the hell, how do we process all this? He's got so many guns. So yeah, but in Shadows of Evil, like I said, I've seen footage of this happening in Shadows of Evil where people it's not like they're picking up a new weapon, hell, they're not even going down. They're just like, I saw one where this guy was just killing zombies with a shield by a rocket like blasting through them, and all of a sudden it just happened, and we don't really have an explanation as for why it's happening in Shadows of Evil yet. So that's pretty much it. This is kind of unavoidable in some situations, but like I said, at least in the Giant, there is some way in which you can reduce the chances of this happening to you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.